Hello, friends. This is Thaddeus from Going Nerdy, and today I want to talk about the information that was given to us in the whole Q&A. Now, first and foremost, there's the most important question that was asked by anyone, and that was asked by someone from the Galactic Order, and they say this: moving forward, will we get some new in-depth fan favorite characters from the Clone Wars with specific synergies? Example, Ki-Adi-Mundi with a leadership role for a Jedi and a Wookiee, or Hondo uniting prequel-era scoundrels? The answer should be yes! A phenomenal yes. So thank you, Galactic Order, for asking the question that I'm pretty sure every fan wants to know. Give us an ETA on Hondo. We all want Hondo, right? The response was a little underwhelming. It was probably just whelming because, let's face it, the person should have expected this, because anytime they ask for a future list of characters, nothing. They're never going to give us a future list of characters, and it is infuriating, but at the same time, kind of understandable. Top Hat says, as always, we don't comment on the nature of the characters we release and when. Translation, yes, Hondo is coming. Going Nerdy, calm the F down. You'll get your Hondo, and he's going to be phenomenal. And that's the way that I'm taking it, because that's the way that it should be. Hondo should be game-breaking. Now, I'm not saying that he will be. I want him to be. He probably won't be, but it would be awesome. I would actually say that Star Wars, and maybe even just the prequels, and quite possibly the sequels, kind of pivot around the Hondo story. It's more about Hondo and how he interweaves through the galaxy's many storylines. And maybe I'm wrong. I'm sure you guys have a different opinion than that, but I think that is probably the most important question. Now, there's a lot of other great stuff that came from this. One, we're getting a territory battle map soon. TM. When they say TM, when we get information about that, they're essentially saying, we don't know. We're working on it. Now, probably by the time I launch this video, they'll have already posted something and say, oh, hey, and then I won't be able to launch the video, and it's infuriating. Whatever. But we should be getting something. Now, I gotta say, guys, there's been a drought of information about upcoming stuff. And it could simply be that they were preparing for this, and it's likely that they were just preparing for this. But I don't know. I think there's a lot of really cool stuff here. Now, there's a lot of information. There's a lot of really fun stuff. So there's a lot of video creators out there. A lot of people who are great content creators for this game, for this genre, for whatever you want to call it. And someone asks, hey, Game Changer program, WTF? And that's a question a lot of us have. The Game Changer program, WTF? As you remember, I was part of the Game Changer program. Then I took a sabbatical. I think, that's probably a great way to say it. I took a sabbatical. We parted ways for a time. And then I was brought back in as someone who didn't get early access to information, but still had access to the team, which was awesome. I gotta say, it's freaking awesome. So technically, I'm still part of the Game Changers. Technically. And I love the program. I love being able to talk to a lot of the other creators. But essentially they're saying, look, we used to have someone who was in charge of that, who was able to deal directly with the Game Changers. Now we don't. And, we appreciate their endless energy, and they're going to do their best to support us. But at the moment, there's really not anything they're doing. However, if you're someone who wants to make content, reach out to a Game Changer. Reach out to another content creator. Not only is it a great way to build your own community, reach out to me. I love conversations. I get bored talking to myself via the camera. I love talking to other people, and reach out to them, and we'll do stuff, right? I know there's a lot of people out there who love to collaborate. So reach out. If you want a shot, talk to someone. right? Visit me, come to me, join my Discord. I'll have you on. I have to publicly apologize to Takedown Games. I've had him on once, and it was like months ago, and I've wanted to have him on again, and I just can't get the time. He's awesome, great content, and I love to have him on. My life's crazy, and I apologize, man. I'm sorry. But visit his stuff because he's awesome. But again, if you want to build a channel on this or anything, reach out to other people doing the same stuff. They'll talk to you. We're all pretty laid back. Will you be adding Mandalorian content when it comes out? The response, maybe. Come on. Again, they're not going to say yes or no. We still don't have anything from Star Wars Resistance. And like, they do talk later on in this whole section. They're like, hey, there's a lot of stuff. Do you have a 5-year plan? Do you have a 10-year plan? Do you have a 30-year plan? We don't. And she says, CG Carrie says, yeah, we have a 5-year plan. We try to stick to it. That changes from time to time. We work with Disney. We work with Lucasfilms. They give us some direction. They do let us see information beforehand, right? We do know what's coming. So have they seen episode 9? Maybe they have. Maybe they haven't. I'm sure they have an idea of the premise. Maybe not everyone in the studio has an idea of the premise, but I'm sure that there's a few people at like the top that are like, yeah, we know what's going to happen. Which is both cool and at the same time, as a fan, because they're all fans, probably really frustrating. I don't know. But if they haven't gotten to the, Resistance stuff, it's not necessarily likely that we'll see Mandalorian things coming out right off the bat. That being said, guys, according to like insider resources or the internets, as I've done my research, Disney Plus isn't going to be streaming in the traditional sense. They're not going to be releasing all of their shows or all of the episodes one right after the other. You won't be able to binge watch like you can on Hulu and on like Netflix and all the other stuff, right? That is a little disconcerting for me because I like binge watching. Everyone does. Who doesn't like binge watching? If you don't like binge watching, you don't like television. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, leave a comment in the section below. But it's likely that we won't be able to see anything from The Mandalorian until the season ends. And even then, it's likely that we won't see it until the start of the second or even third season, as we did with Star Wars Rebels, as we did with a few other things. I mean, Clone Wars was out, so it makes sense that they had a lot of stuff to pull from Clone Wars. But I don't know. I just don't see them adding anything from or for The Mandalorian anytime soon. I think we'll get Resistance Episode 9 and definitely Star Wars Episode 8. There's still major characters that aren't that are out of 8 that aren't in the game. I mean, I wouldn't call DJ a major character because I hate him and he's a terrible character and he was poorly written. Not that Benicio del Toro did a bad job. He did an awkward job. He did a fine job, I guess, but his character sucks. It does. He's a bad character. It's just a poorly written character. Anyways, will any hero/villain eventually get a Zeta on their basics? Maybe. Gear 13 or level increase. Level increase, no. Gear 13, yes. What will it look like? It'll likely look like an additional piece for certain characters to be able to finish Gear 12 and maybe 1 or 2 other pieces. They're not going to give us all. I would be shocked if they gave us all Gear 13 to where we could be almost to Gear 14. That doesn't make any sense, and it's not how they done it in the past. So it is likely that we will see 1 or 2 pieces being added to territory battles. They do say it's going to be part of the territory battle, the grand territory battle. So I'm really excited about that. I'm not excited about that at the same time because it's going to just revamp the whole meta, which kind of needs to be. So we'll see how that works out. Will we see with the overabundance of KOTOR, will we see other stuff from the comics, from the games, so on and so forth? Specifically, Dr. Aphra, 000, and BT1, Black, I always call him Karkastan. That's not how you say his name, I'm sure. And maybe Magnan Tolfa. I haven't read that far ahead, so I don't know who that Magnan Tolvan is. But those other three, awesome. Or will we see characters from the books who would be great, like Mr. Bones? Guys, I am not even close to joking when I say Mr. Bones is one of the best battle droids, one of the best droid characters in the current canon. Now, there's a lot of great droid characters out there in the former canon and the Legacy series, like tons of them. Mr. Bones is freaking awesome. There's a lot of other really cool things that they talked about, but the last thing that I want to talk about is this really kind of concept, and I think this is where they're headed. A lot of people are saying now that this game is in this transition period. This game is in a awkward place, and it is, right? A lot of it is, and I won't deny that. I won't doubt that. I mean, it's in a weird place. There's still millions of people that subscribe and play. There's still hundreds of thousands of daily. There's still a highly competitive area in this game. And the question that was asked was, will this become an esports type thing, right? With so many of the other games moving to the esports arena, is this where we're going to see that go? And the short answer is, that's where we want it to go, right? And that makes a whole ton of sense, because if you are a game designer and you can get onto that esports movement, if you can get into that esports arena, you absolutely open up yourself to a great new market. When will it happen? What will the game look like when it happens? I don't know. I hope it still has a lot of the same components, a lot of the same things, but we've definitely seen some transition to new stuff. I don't know, but I would love to see a live version of Arena, a live version of something else. I think that is something that we will see down the road, as long as this game gets a down the road. No, I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic. I think that they will. I'm hoping to see a years down the road type thing, but we'll see. We'll absolutely see. We don't know yet. So this is my breakdown. There's a lot of really cool stuff. There's a lot of fluff in here. I don't know, guys. What did you think about the Q&A? Do you think this Q&A was valuable? Does it give you additional insight into what they're doing, how they're doing it? Leave a comment in the section below. Like, subscribe, share. If you want to be, or if you want to start making, or if you have a channel that you want to reach out, contact me on Discord and let's talk, guys. I'd love to have you on the show. I have a little bit of free time in the next week. That's going to be taken up pretty quickly, though. So reach out to me. Reach out to other game changers. Reach out to other YouTube creators who aren't game changers. There's a lot of great creators out there, better than myself, that love collaborating with people. Make your voice heard. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Like, subscribe, share. Check out my Patreon page. Visit us on Amazon, where you can check out like my reviews for books and stuff. Visit us on Going Nerdy, where we talk about other nerd-related stuff like Archer 1999 and other stuff that I'm interested in. Like, subscribe, share. Check us out wherever we can be followed. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram at RealGoingNerdy. And as always, my friends, smile and stay nerdy.